It softens all the noises. It softens all the things. Everything's well. So I told you in my head, trying hard to make it stay. In the end, it melts away. So I catch it in my head, trying hard to make it stay. In the end, it melts away.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to another stream. If you want to come up, then please come on up. We got a lot to talk about. We could talk about Roman El Roman. We can talk about Foodie Beauty and her love for Nader El Shami. We can talk about Nader El Shami's alleged love for Foodie Beauty, or maybe her love for money. We could talk about the cash Foodie Beauty had on hand, which she usually doesn't unless she is paying for something or giving it to someone, which is also paying for something. We could talk about McHenry Cruiser, bad boy, because he reviewed the M.A.D panel yesterday. We could talk about Foodie Beauty trying to get a doe-eyed cookie and Sarah Jane once again. Come on now. What's with the pro wrestler voice? This is my voice, doodly-doo. Brother. What? Yeah, brother. Like Hulk Hogan. Yeah, brother. No, not Hulk Hogan, like Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, brother. Orange Mitochondria. Hello. Enchanted Rose. The Rob. Texas Peep. PLBC. Dooley Doo. Charlotte. Nesquik Milk. Mr. Cuddles. Deborah. Mayo Mai. Amy Judy. Allison. Christy Claw. Enchanted Rose. Whack Attack. Ghost Bird. Freak in the Sheets. Molasses Cookies is here. Whoa, we got a roster. Janelle RN. What's up? We also got Moesha. We got Vi. We got Cheeto Fire Cat. We got Live a Chill Life. Wendy M. Elizu. Welcome, everybody. I guess I don't have anybody to join me, but it's all good. It's all good. We can talk about a lot of things until people want to come up. Fury Elephant, good morning. Kelly Wade, Miss TGGS, Just Curious. Brandy. All right, so who here watched or listened to Roman's stream where he was absent for about 40% of the stream? Practically. Wait, when did he leave? He left like at 3 hours and 16 minutes into a 5 hour and 22 minute stream. Yeah, so about like 47%. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Linda M. Good morning, Blue Eyes. Kitten Zombie, what's up? So can I maybe backtrack here for a little bit? I still don't understand why people come up and do live streams or panels when they are inebriated or allegedly inebriated. I don't understand why Roman would repeatedly do this. Like we saw this with S-Jam allegedly, and that didn't go well. And then we're seeing it with Roman, and this definitely did not go well. And and I was in there. That was me. Well, at least that was me for the first start talking about, uh, his size 00 and the weights and the poster stuff. And oh boy, his response. But yeah, he just never came back. Yeah, the dude just never came back. It was super odd. Hey, said who? What's going on? Cindy Lou says, Molasses, cookies, you are doing so good. You're better than Cruiser. As far as Buffalo, you are 1,000 times better than Harry. Yeah, Molasses, some of the stuff you were saying was, what Foodie Beauty said to you was rather offensive, especially when you're actually working on your health. So I think she shouldn't have shamed you. I think she should have, taken the conversation seriously rather than immediately going into ridiculing somebody. I think it was in very low taste. What's up with TD going at you? I don't get the hate. However, I make my mind up based on what I see and how you treat people. Just, I don't know, Miss T. I don't know why Tiny Dancer keeps coming at me. The whole thing was done since last year. And every few months, she just comes out of nowhere once there's an audience of people that don't agree with what I say. She gets into the mix and starts making stuff up. So, I'm seeing some stuff on Twitter here. This is easily explained away. I mean, you're putting out dates of calls after asking me to call you or baiting me to call. So it's like, what are you proving with these dates? I've already explained these. I already made a video on them. Do I have to make a video to re-explain something? Like, I don't get it. There's if things are done, just move on with your life. Briar Rose asks, Monty, why is Troll Detective doing a thing on you? I have no idea. Not of any importance to me. But what is importance to me is lest we forget. Let's remembering 9/11 and all the families impacted by such a senseless act, sending love and positivity to all. Indeed, lest we forget, I remember exactly where I was when I heard all the tragic news of everything happening on that day and that night, and being glued to the TV when I came home, listening to people talk on the bus because I was taking the bus at that time, hearing all the stories. It was very tragic, and I will never forget where I was on that day. Good morning, Deb F. Okay, what else is there? We can view some of Roman. I guess so. You guys want to do that? No, because then he starts listening to Pop Smoke and Tekashi 69. So I guess we can listen to a little bit of it. Yeah, we'll listen to a little bit of it, and we shall get into it. Okay, sharing my screen. We're gonna go large for this one. Yes, let's just do that. Let me share my audio. Hey, Mrs. Fields, what's up? How you doing? Got my background here to remember all those people who unfortunately lost their lives. And, showing and paying my respects all day to all the families affected, because that was a very tragic day. Hi there, hey. Hi there, hey, Cheeky V. All right, so let's go. Let's see what he has to say. I think I've queued it up enough. So this is him. Obvious signs of inebriation. So let's see what he has to say.
You better come up to the panel. Monty, come up to the panel.
That's my word. Get up in their face. Talk your shit. Let your nuts drag.
And that sounds like
nigga.
Oh, he said it. I mean, he's listening to music. Say whatever you want to say, but he's listening to music. He's inebriated.
Monty, come up to the panel.
That's my word.
Sup, Camby?
Talk your shit. Let your nuts drag, nigga.
Nigga.
Follow protocol.
Yikes. And this is when people said to delete the stream. He didn't delete the stream. Maybe he was too inebriated. I don't know why it's still up. Even with the music playing, I still have no idea why this is still up. Baby Nia, good morning. Good morning to you. Let's see
Monty,
this again.
Come up to the panel.
That's my word. Get up in their face. Talk your shit. Let your nuts drag, nigga. These
Yeah,
niggas
nigga.
running at they fucking mouth, man.
All right, so he said it, and I mean, what can I say? Yeah, this is the reason why you don't drink alcohol and come on streams. Anything and everything can happen, and you don't want to say things you don't want to say. People were like, "Hey, you gotta delete this stream." He didn't delete it, and yeah, he did, Miss T. And he's wearing sunglasses at night. He was posturing. I mean, the stream was just, it was something. It was out there, is all I'll say. That stream was like, what is he doing? And he was like so flexing. He was flexing with them weights. But them weights, he looked like he was struggling though. Come on, he was struggling with them weights. All right, if you want to join the panel, join the panel. Join the panel. Let's go. If you want to come up. I'm lonely up here, people. All you gotta do is yeah, Briar Rose. I guess it slipped out of his mouth. Desiree says, "What's with all these drunks online? Those look like the sunglasses Foodie had." Wait a second, they kind of do, but I don't think they are. His seems more curvy, like the certain parts. Perfectly Imperfect says, "I'll be up in 5 minutes." Okay. Well, he really is Chantel's type and level. Yeah, Stone Cold Roman. Okay, only people who know wrestling would get that. Well, Stone Cold was like a pretty big star. I remember watching Stone Cold, and Stone Cold at one point in the WWF, because that's what it was called back then, aka called the WWE, was like the biggest star for quite a while. In and around the time when The Rock was, up and coming, a big star as well. And The Rock was turning heel at one point with, being part of the corporation and whatnot. I remember those days. Those days were classic. But yeah, Miss T, you're right. Stone Cold never said that word. Yeah, Austin 316. Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of my favorite wrestlers. Also, Nick Foley's one of my favorite. I also like people from Toronto, so I gotta put Jericho on that list. What was his was it Tristan, also from Toronto? You know what? Shout outs to all my Canadian wrestlers out there. I got love for you. Well, that would mean a lot of other wrestlers, because then we got to talk about all the Hearts out west, Western Canada. I used to love Owen Hart, of course, Bret Hart. Love all those wrestlers out there, was doing some really good stuff. But yeah. Boy. He's like an underweight ghetto Incredible Hulk wannabe. But I don't. Yes, Mr. Socko. Yes. I don't. Yes, Christian. Yes. Edge and Christian. Jericho. Rest in peace, Owen Hart, of course. But yeah, I don't get Roman flexing with the weights. And what is up with the pull-up bar? He was flexing that pull-up bar. I'm like, bro, we want to see. Oh, wait. I gotta see the flex. I gotta see the flex. Wait, I gotta put it on. Then he took his shirt off. Okay, here's the flex. Here we go. I gotta put it back on the screen. Give me a second here. Ooh, hit him with the flex. Hit him with the flex. Ooh, sexy. Sexy. What is it? Oh no. Was he humping anything? Not that I know of. But probably made of plastic, maybe, can be. But OMG, Roman sometimes never never stops giving the laughs. Cause man, he was just, it was just too much for me last night with the flexing. With the weights in one hand, the pull-up bar. Did anybody notice the pull-up? The weights weren't the same size. Like one set of weights was obviously a lot larger than the other. What? Did I point that out? I'm pretty sure I did. I did point that out. But he was still flexing. He was still coming at me. Wait. Oh. Okay, here it is. Here it is. This was it. Let me put it back on the screen. Give me a second. We'll go no audio, or should we go audio? Wait.
They're nothing to me. They're nothing.
What?
When I beat your ass. Nothing.
What is he doing?
Smash you.
Okay, Roman. I'm scared. I'm looking.
Look at me. I'm not Foodie Beauty.
You're not.
Shami.
You're not.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Please.
To help start
I'm
our
scared.
big days, we fill up with mini wheats.
Oh no. Oh man. Roman, you're such a goon. You scared? Oh man. Oh, Roman's gonna get me. Wait, we gotta show the shirt flexing. We have to. All right, let me put it back on the screen here.
No,
He was struggling, Sid.
Gonna knock your fucking ass out.
Really?
Monty,
Yeah.
Monty
Okay.
Cruz.
Yes.
You know I was gonna kick your ass.
Okay.
So please don't
Yeah.
fucking.
Don't do anything.
This is my fucking
I
chest
won't.
right here. You see that? This is me. This is my motherfucking gloves. This is what I'm gonna knock your ass out with. I'm gonna pick you with the pockets, like you said.
I see you do I, Cookie. I'm gonna add you. Just let me stop laughing here for a second. Turn off your cam if you want to. Okay. All right, let's continue.
Pick you motherfuckers with the pockets, like here. I'm gonna pick you up like that and slam you into the ground.
Ooh.
With this,
really?
Without this, you're getting knocked out.
Yeah.
So don't fuck around, man.
Oh, what is he? Right? Okay, we're gonna stop.
Drunk? Is he drunk?
Yes.
Oh my god. He's built like a 10-year-old boy.
He is, but he's gonna pick me up and slam me into the ground.
Oh, like how? Maybe how? With another person helping, maybe.
Yeah, maybe they need to tag team me, like a tag team match.
Yeah, like Mo and Curly. You know how someone lies down on the ground and they trip you over backwards.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
Like that. Yeah. No. Wow.
Right.
Was this because you called him out and said the other day that he's a bit weenie in the arms?
No, I came into his stream and started calling him a size 00 and kind of like
like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
then he went off on me.
Mean.
Yeah, he went off on me. Did I deserve it? Maybe.
Yeah, probs. He takes himself very seriously, doesn't he?
He does.
He does. He has no sense of humor about himself. And isn't he the one that came into the chat when I was on there? Because I remember Roman very clearly. I have a strong distaste for Roman. When he came in and he's like, it's all just banter. I just want to talk to Monty. It's all in fun. But when you come into his chat and want to have a little bit of a play around, it's all very serious.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, it is.
Yeah. Oh, poor little Roman sitting in his room. Oh my god. Oh, he's tough now. He smokes as well.
He is, and then he puts the shades on later and he starts flexing with the weights, such a badass. Sup, Skinny Queen? We got Perfect in the back.
Yay. The girls are here. All Roman's fangirls are here.
Right.
We just can't. Whenever we hear or smell or just come across him, we just have to gather.
All right, I see you, Skinny Queen. I'm gonna add you right now. Hey, Skinny.
Hey guys.
Hey, Sarah. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Let me just There we go. I took it out. Okay.
All right, I'm trying to get perfectly imperfect. Don't see anything.
I always forget about my other screen when that's why it was echoing.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, we had some major flexing going on with Roman taking his shirt off. I mean,
Woo!
wow.
I didn't see it.
Muscly. Okay, I see you perfectly imperfect. I'm gonna add you right now. Yeah, you listen, skinny queen. Don't get turned on now if you watch this stream.
Uh-oh.
No, that's gonna be hard.
Hmm.
Okay, here we go.
I might have to make a new version of your song, Monty.
Yeah.
For Roman.
What are the lyrics?
Let me think about it, and I'll as soon as it comes and I get a chance, I'll just start singing. I'll let it come to me first, though.
You know what?
Okay,
As somebody
understood.
that works with children around his mental age, prepubescent, this is what prepubescent boys go through. They have to challenge other
They
boys.
do.
They do. So we
He
shouldn't.
does look like a 13-year-old boy
I'm
right now.
telling you, this is what I see
He
12 and
does.
13-year-olds doing because they're coming into their own. They're just about to hit puberty. They have to, it's kind of like an animal instinct. They got to prove that, they're tough
Yeah.
and they're man. So it's okay. It's okay. We won't be so hard on him.
He's doing some chest beating, but I'd be worried that he'd hurt himself because it's so fragile. He's very lame. He's very lame. Oh, I don't want to say lame because that's not fair. He's so desperate to be seen as a big macho man, but he's just a clown. He's kind of sad, isn't he?
Well, do you think he
Right.
needs some views? Because I think Jessica Messica and S-Jam are taking all his views away.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, obviously, yes. Everybody wants to be viewed, right? But he's just really trying too hard, I think.
Yeah.
What else does he do on his streams? Because I don't watch anything he does because he's
I haven't
repugnant.
watched him lately a lot, but I know that he tries anything, and everything, and tries to. I remember at one point he was having Foodie Beauty trying to get her on there,
Yeah.
but I
Well,
think he got bored with that.
Foodie
Is he
Beauty
always
has
drunk though? Is he always drunk on stream?
Not all the time, but up to like a
No.
good at least half the time he will be
Okay.
drunk on the stream, allegedly.
He said
Yeah.
the only time he drinks is when he does streaming. That's what he said. I remember that from. It's been a while since I watched him. I think the last time I watched him was the chair incident.
Oh, that poor chair is traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
which he
That
ended up
chair has
deleting.
seen more action.
He ended up deleting that stream, and he'll
Chantal.
probably delete this
Yes,
stream.
that's what I was gonna say. Chantal has fake action. Chantal has fabricated action.
Yeah.
Just like Mr. Coffee. I just don't believe Mr. Coffee is real. I don't. I think some of the men that she talks to are real, but I don't think that they're what she says they are. But I don't think Mr. Coffee exists. I think he's just one, to fill in the gaps.
She's her
And make it
pseudo
look,
imaginary boyfriend.
make it look like she has something going on.
He's not real because if he was real, she'd be obsessing over him and not Nader. We're going to know when there is a real guy when she gets off of the Nader train. Until she's focused on, because we know Foodie Beauty how she works. When
She's
she
never
meets a
got
guy,
off that train, though.
she's not, because she hasn't met anybody. She hasn't met anybody.
I mean, you saw how quickly she jumped onto M.A.D or whatever his name was. Like,
exactly.
I love
I
you.
believe Tony and Moto guy.
Metin.
I believe Moto and Tony might be her rug dealers.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tony's real, but I don't think he's somebody she can get in a relationship with, and she knows that because that's like a transactional thing with them. I'm not saying money. I don't know what it is, but it's not anything has
I
any
think
substance.
I think he is meant. He's like a gigolo-ish kind of guy. Like he's on the borderline, but she likes him, but she can't go there with him, and she won't allow it because it is a gigolo relationship. Like, you know what I mean? She likes him, but he's like, nah, you're just a customer, and she's like a bit angry about that, I think.
Well, I think we should say hi to Foodie Beauty because we know she's watching.
Oh,
Hi from
100%.
Hamster, Crazy Eyes, and Monotone Voice. We all
Yes,
say hi.
yes.
Hey.
I was like,
Hey,
do I come
Chantel.
across as crazy when I come on camera? Because I know I do have very an animated face, but I'm like, I didn't think I was crazy.
You're not crazy. No, you're
I
beautiful.
was
Your
like,
eyes are
what?
beautiful. This is what she does. It's what she does. So
But
yeah.
listen, perfect. She doesn't come for anyone ever unless she's defending herself. So maybe my face was sending her signals that was making her upset. So she had to say something because she
Yeah.
never goes after anyone unprovoked.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
probably seen that you're also making videos, and she
Yeah.
likes to come after the reaction channels too.
Yeah, but she and every opportunity to bring you up and say something about your voice. I just want to say, Voodie, you can fuck all the way off with that shit. Sarah's voice is unique to her, and I find it rather soothing. I really like it. But you and your screeching and your stupid voices, and 100%, especially your singing, I'm formally requesting you from everybody who watches your viewers. Please never sing again. Never, ever, 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 ever. Not even through the karaoke microphone. It does not help you. Stop it.
Thank you, Doe. I
Yeah.
really
And leave
appreciate
Sarah
it.
alone. Just leave her alone. Fuck off.
Sarah has done nothing to her. That's why I'm like, Sarah,
Nothing.
you have been so good, even though she has come for you and your mother, like F her. But even
Yes.
though she has come for you, like you have remained level headed. And just so you know, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm doing a video and I'm going backwards. And I have seen you commenting to her. And you, from the very beginning, told her, stay away from Nader. He's
Yes, I
bad news.
did.
And I have the
Yeah.
video, I have the proof, and you've been nothing but good to her. And I don't know what this thing is in her brain where she thinks if you follow her, you're not allowed to go anywhere else. Like,
Yeah,
are
and
we 12 years old?
in fact, I stuck up for a while, even to the reaction channels too. In her defense before. So if I ever said anything, I'm sorry. I don't know. I can't remember. But in defense, I may have said something.
All right. Can I pause here for a second? I
Yes.
just got an email and it is from Steve McRae. So Steve McRae is actually familiar with Tiny Dancer. He emailed me back and gave me a short explanation of what Tiny Dancer did in his community. So he is agreeing with me about the stuff that she does. Just a heads up, I do have the email. So if I gotta put it out there, I'll ask Steve, but he's saying the same thing I'm saying because he just emailed me a couple minutes ago. Also, we got Molasses in the back. Molasses, I can add you to the stream.
So I do wanna, if I could take the opportunity to apologize if I've ever said anything in the past about reaction channels. I was wrong, and I take that
It's okay. It's all good. And Monty, I was going to say to you,
responsibility.
like this video Troll Detective's doing, look, they are a reaction channel too. Everybody's trying to get the views, making the money. He sees something hot on Twitter and he's doing a reaction video. I think as, reaction channels, we have to be aware that we're a target too now. We put ourselves out there. And I think you're handling it well. Let's just not talk about it. This will be the last I talk of it. Let it go. It'll blow over. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also gotta say, this isn't that what happened in some communities when reactors start reacting to other reactors, it really brings in a negative atmosphere.
Yeah.
I agree.
That is why I never react to reactors. I stay on the topic and I keep at it because I know what it's like when one person can't trust another person because this person is saying stuff to this other reactor and then they're making videos and whatnot. we see it in one half of the community where people keep making videos about each other, and I
Yeah.
just don't want it in the other half.
I agree, but
Molasses, are you there? Us, we're having a little bit of feedback as well. Maybe we could all mute whenever we're
I
not
muted
speaking.
myself. Sorry.
Okay, hi Molasses.
oh, Molasses, my
Hello.
hero.
Yeah, I thought I'd come up. You know, I noticed the panel was open, and figured I'd come up. You know, I just kind of discovered your channel just because I noticed my name in one of the titles, and so I just subbed up. Be enjoying some of your content.
Awesome. You
Okay,
really.
so yeah, what did you have to say?
Not much. I mean, I've been just I'm going through a lot really emotionally lately anyway. Just, I have bipolar disorder. I just recently went back to work. I've been kind of overdoing it. And I just, I'm live streaming this morning. I got some people on my panel. I'm just popping on here for just a minute. Yeah, I basically didn't know if you guys wanted to, have any kind of information you're looking for, any questions I can answer, basically.
Well,
Well,
I have a question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Monty. It's your channel.
no, go ahead, Skinny Queen. You
Oh,
can
I was
ask.
just gonna ask a question about the actual allegations. If you want to talk about them, if not, it's okay. But we'll use the term grape or essay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I think that somebody, this person that's making these allegations, and I'm trying not to use the person's name. I think that they felt vulnerable at a certain period of time, and I'm glad to be made aware of how they were feeling. I do think that when you make allegations like that, and then you say things like, "Well, I wanted to keep her on a leash, and I was afraid for my life, so I, agreed to do this and that." I just think that's a little conflicting, particularly when the person goes on to do adult films, with the person that they have accused of this heinous act, and to drive, he had to drive 2 hours to me to do these adult films, and then got together with me a second time, and also got together with me, hooked up with me privately in a hotel, a couple different occasions. So for someone to feel, I think he's conflicted. And I want to come out and say this. I've been really close friends with him. So a lot of this comes as a real shocker to me, partly, but he also recently had changed medication. And I don't think he's properly medicated right now. I really stand by that. And I've thought of that. And I just feel secure enough to say that. The only thing I can address is my own behavior. The only thing, and I want to take it seriously if he feels uncomfortable. And I have been very obsessive lately because I've been going through a mental breakdown. So that all that is real on a certain level, but I also think that I'd like to see him address the fact that he's not properly medicated.
Well, one thing I do feel like if you or him are having mental health issues, always reach out to get help to a professional, because that
Absolutely.
is very
Yeah.
important. I take mental health very seriously. I know the panel does as well. So definitely reach out for those resources.
Yeah, I plan on contacting like patient service for myself tomorrow. I got a number, at least one. I've got a couple of different numbers for potential outpatient services, and want to try to, because I can't do inpatient right now. I've thought for a couple of weeks, honestly, before any of this drama started and all this, that I needed the mental hospital, and that was very real for me. But I just am doing graduate school, working, and I just can't. I can't realistically do it. So I have to try to other coping.
But if you
know,
have to, do it, because your life is
Right.
important and it's very valuable.
Right.
And, you know, I understand there's worries outside of that. But
Right.
you need to do what you need to do for you, number one over everything.
Yeah. I definitely have made some phone calls, like, if I had to make arrangements for that. I haven't called my professor yet, which I could for my class. That's one phone call I haven't made. But if I absolutely had to, so far I've been able to get through. But yeah, I just don't know.
Do you have the number to the health line? Do you have that number, Monty? Can we put that in chat?
I don't have the number.
Yeah, let's do that.
So I might.
Which I think now they changed it
it's a
in
mental health. It's a health line in the U.S.
Yeah,
and
Can I jump on, because Molasses, I don't the only reason I know of you right now is because of you being on the panel with Chantal. Love the way you owned her, and I know there's some people in the chat, and myself included. What's going on? If you don't mind sharing, because I'm kind of lost as to what the backstory here is.
Well, as far as Chantal, like, I used to watch her. I really used to enjoy her content. I used to, like, I think, like a lot of people that that left her community and went to reaction channels, like, I really liked her. I enjoyed her mukbangs. But at some point when she was trying to do, like, the weight loss and stuff, and was just going back and forth and not really, I don't know, taking it seriously or taking herself seriously, like, I think that I got frustrated, and so I now, like, as far as the reaction channels, I ended up then going and finding and watching Zachary Michael, Alex is Shook, Life of a Free Spirit. I was a member of Life of a Free Spirit's channel for a while, because I just felt like they were saying reasonable things. Obese to Beast, as I don't know if you're familiar with that, but he's a fitness reaction channel. I just felt like that was actually a healthier place for me to be. Like, I do mukbangs sometimes, but I try to do healthy food. Sometimes it gets a little redundant because it's like the same healthy food, but I just use it as a time to, like, socialize with my viewers, my community, and something healthy on camera for a change, because I think so few people actually eat healthy food on camera.
I gotta interrupt you here, Molasses,
story.
because you're going a little bit too long here, and people are asking questions in the chat. So why does Molasses, the story was on Real Drama Stars? Was that yesterday? I believe it was yesterday. The Molasses came up on panel 2 days ago, and she started speaking about McHenry Cruiser, Bad Boy, because she has history with McHenry Cruiser. So when she started speaking about McHenry Cruiser, Bad Boy, Foodie Beauty also came up on panel, and there was a tiff there. There was a disagreement. Foodie Beauty said certain things that I just didn't like. It felt as if she was mental health shaming, and there was a back and forth between Molasses and Foodie Beauty. Once again, that was 2 days ago. Molasses said some things against McHenry Cruiser, or about McHenry Cruiser Bad Boy. McHenry Cruiser Bad Boy responded in real time on his channel and started to follow up with videos about the situation of him and Molasses. He made some damning allegations against Molasses, and we're trying to clear it up with Molasses right now since she decided to come on this panel. I got YTR in the back. So YTR, I'm going to add you right now if you want to turn your cam off. So hopefully you're all caught up, everybody. So Molasses is aware of this community. She's listed a few people that are part of the community, Girlverse, Girl World, as you can say. And we're here just trying to get a better idea of who she is. Hey, YTR.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good.
Hi, YTR. Hi.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
I feel like it's been a minute. I've been a little busy, but good to see y'all. Good morning. Well, it's like brunch for me, but I know time zones are a thing, so.
Can I ask a quick question? Is it just me, or is there a weird vibe today? Is anybody getting
what, just in the air?
Yeah, no. Just the chat's a little restless today. Everybody seems to be a little bit antsy. Is it a full moon?
Yes, it is. I believe it is, right?
There you go. I'm just thinking that because there just seems to be a vibe today, and I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Full moon.
All I know is Molasses, when she went after your mental health, like first off, I mean, it needs to be said. Foodie Beauty going after somebody else's mental health, that's number one. Number two, I commend anybody who takes their mental health serious enough to get help. That, because it's not easy. It is not easy to look in the mirror and say, I need help, and then going and actually committing that help. That is so difficult and so hard. So hats off to you, and really, truly, please keep at it. I know it's going to take a lot, and I know you still have to make money, you have to make a living, and I get that. But just do everything you can to focus on your mental health, because we see, look at Foodie Beauty. That is where you're headed if you don't. Foodie Beauty is a wonderful example of what happens when you don't focus on your mental health.
I felt like the other day when she came on the Real Drama Stars, which I had no idea she was going to do, I felt she was very passive aggressive and very insecure. I think that really covered up an insecurity. And, I think I handled myself really well. I think I could have done better because I am working on my own issues. But compared to what I responded, say, a year ago, I did pretty well. Other people seem to think I handle myself pretty well. But I going on the channel, I don't know, was such a good idea, because at the time I showed the DMs that I showed. You know, I think that was a rash decision, just where Cruiser was claiming that, you know, it was all a bit, this thing with Foodie Beauty, which he said before when he was going after MFW. He said it was all like a hoax, you know, and he said if I exposed that was it. He was going to block me for life, you know. That was the threat on that one. But so it was a little rash of me to show those DMs. You know, I do think he's in a sick place and he needs to get his medication adjusted. As far as Chantal, I've kind of washed my hands of her. Like, you know, like I've gone on to the, like I said, the more voice of reason in that situation, like the technicals, like the Callies, and I really stand by that. I think they have a lot of really sensible things to say. I myself was completely deranged on this platform, and really the last several days I've been kind of in a bit of a decline, but I've been going on real raw, real you know, a lot of tears. But it's really helped me to work through emotions and also being receptive to what other people are saying. Even McHenry Cruiser, who's saying that he felt SA in Maine. I'm taking that stuff seriously, you know, and I'm looking at my behavior, regardless of how he is or what he's doing to me. All I can do is take responsibility for my own behavior. That's pretty much all I got to say about that.
Yeah, I noticed with Chantel, right when you got on there, she had that vibe from the get-go. And really, she wasn't gonna care about your side. Chantel only cares about herself. It wouldn't have mattered what you said in that scenario, Molasses, because Chantel is very hostile in social situations. And if she is not the one getting attention, if she's not the one getting the sympathy, she's very much underdeveloped, if you will. And she acts like an adolescent. So just the fact that you were telling your story and they were listening was enough to make her want to put it back on her. She had to belittle you and all of that. And really, the panel just treated you like crap, in my opinion, which I already talked to you last night. We already talked about that on Punkies, but I mean, regardless what people think about anyone, if they are a guest, they should not be on a panel being treated that way. It is completely just inappropriate.
100%. And you didn't say anything like, Chantal, she always goes, you're fat shaming. No, you never fat shamed her. You said facts. You said, look, I know this guy. He doesn't like women to be obese in my experience. So I'm surprised. That's all you said. What got her was when she wanted to be the victim with these STDs. And you told her the
Mm-hmm.
facts. Like, Chantal, come on,
Yes.
girl, you know better. You're 38 years old. You're not 18. You know, the signs were all
Yeah.
there. And that's what got her
Yeah.
off, because she does not like to be called out on her crap. She doesn't like it.
Yes.
And
Right.
she always falls
Right.
back on the freaking fat shaming. And guess what? It's not fat
Right.
shaming when somebody says being fat is unhealthy. That is factual. Otherwise, guess what, Chantal? Your
Absolutely.
doctor would be fat shaming you, because I know your doctor has told you need to lose weight. It's not fat shaming.
Right.
It is 100% facts. Deal with it.
But
Yeah.
that's how
Or lose weight.
she will spin it that way every time, and I believe that is how she gets away with the things that she does on this platform that are against TOS, because she will cry to YouTube, say everyone is, shaming her or whatever she says. And I believe she gets away with much more because of the overweight. It's actually helped her more, because most of us would not get
Yeah.
the passage she's gotten. Well, we wouldn't even want to, but just,
Well, that's why I said to her, which is it? Are you playing the victim card or are you anti-victim? Because
she
she's
got
come
so
out,
mad at me.
yeah.
Well,
Because
that's
You
another
said
really,
that
thing
she
she
got
does.
so mad.
She
yeah,
uses fat shaming, and now her new thing is you're victim shaming. Chantal, you're not a victim. You're not a victim. And guess
yeah,
what? You're not. You think you're in this still? You're in this because you're choosing to be in this. Nader doesn't want
absolutely.
you. You're the one contacting him. You're the one talking about him. You're in this because of you. You're not a victim. You're choosing this, and own it. Stop
Yeah,
using the plight of actual victims to gain sympathy and to be an excuse for your disgusting behavior. It's disgusting.
absolutely. I would say that about myself because I have been in love with McHenry Cruiser, and I choose my own response. I am taking responsibility for my behavior and listening to what other people are saying. He's not, regardless of what he's saying that I'm doing, I don't do things because someone forces me to do them. I do them of my own choosing, and anything I'm dealing with right now is a result of my own personal choices. I've said that all along in this conversation here. I've said this in my live streams, regardless of what my vulnerability or feelings are. And in fact, as far as the large women thing, he has always kind of been a little bit insulting towards large women, very publicly on his channel. And I had told him, like, no, more than once, I was like, you shouldn't feel ashamed for being with big women. I said, and in fact, I don't think there's anything aesthetically wrong with big women. I think there's definitely something wrong health-wise. And, I've been with big men. It's the same thing, whether it's a woman or a man. There's nothing aesthetically wrong with it. There's something wrong with it health-wise. I said my personal choice, I've never really explored bisexuality, but I've found myself attracted to women. And I just personally am not attracted to like a big fupa. Like if anytime I've had a fupa, I've been grossed out by it. And I don't know if that's insecurity, that's personal preference, because I've been a very large woman. I did the adult films as a BBW. And I say very large. I've never been more than 200 pounds, but I have been a bit more rotund than I am now. And I've been confidently so, I just don't, but I've never had a big old fupa. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my body type. It's not my personal preference for obese body types. I think it's kind of gross.
And that's okay, because Chantal herself has said she doesn't like it on men. So, when she says that, so she can say that, but God forbid you say that, and then you're fat shaming. But yet she can say that all the time. She's, she's just whatever. Yeah.
Also, and I don't know that much about the Nader situation. I really have lost. I've been watching a lot of different content, like different live streams and stuff. I haven't been keeping up with her Nader content or any of that. Frankly, I got bored with Chantal, and I was a longtime viewer of hers. I just got bored with her. And if people get bored with me, I don't care. I have a community that I enjoy. I never did it for the views. All this stuff, if people are watching me now or wanting to discuss me, I hope it helps somebody else. I hope my mental health journey helps somebody else. I hope my situation, by doing it publicly, my recovery, I'm staying sober, regardless of what's going on here. Day by day, I'm staying sober. And that's the most important thing for me,
I'm
out of all this.
To hear that, honestly. Sorry, but I do want to say I'm glad that I think that is, I wouldn't tell someone how to live, but obviously I think that's the healthiest thing to do. And, going to the meetings, staying sober, like, that's the best thing to do to clear your mind, and you will be able to make better rational decisions. And you're going to attract better people as well, because it's a different crowd, it's a different crowd that you attract when you are not doing, well, I say you, but a lot of us can relate. And I didn't have a lot of vices, but I had to quit drinking. And I for sure, it's different when you live a sober life. It can be hard. It can be a little lonely. Some people might not want to hang out with you, but the people that you do get in your life are, as long as you're practicing the, the steps in there too. But I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I think it's the same, whether it's food addiction, sex, love and relationship addiction, I was kind of driving at that really kind of in an aggressive way, but I don't need, like, Cruiser's kind of been after me to just go hop into bed with someone to just get over him. I'm not there, and I'm not gonna, even though I've honestly been very subservient to him and done just about anything that he suggested to me, and is the truth. That was my choice. But I draw the line there. I am just learning how to set boundaries as part of my recovery. And I don't feel comfortable just jumping into bed with guys anymore. I don't find my identity from having a man. I don't need to go find a man just to have a man, any man, that's just where I'm at. And I encourage other women to look at that in themselves, because there is a such thing as love and relationship addiction, and there's recovery programs for that. You know, it's not just drugs.
Could use that, to be honest. She kept saying, I'm glad you brought that point up, because I just remembered on the panel, she kept saying, get your self-worth, at points that had nothing to do with that. And she kept saying the fact that these men want her means she's something. And when you told her that, because you told her that point, you don't have to have a man to have self-worth, and I want to work on that. And she got so mad when you said that, and even more defensive, and kept repeating herself.
It's true. You can't find your self-worth in anybody else. You have to find it in yourself.
I think Chantel just says buzzwords sometimes, thinking that it makes her sound enlightened, when I don't think she really has any concept of what self-worth actually is or what it would look like for her. I think she just says it to make it seem like she knows something more than she actually does. That's truth. I don't think she has a lot of self-worth at all.
Yeah, I can get down with that. I would totally agree with that.
Like, there's nothing wrong with, dating and playing the field, so to speak, if you do it safely. But we all know Chantel is not safe about it. And it doesn't mean that should be where your self-worth is. It's that if that's the lifestyle you want, then sure. But there's nothing wrong either way. If you decide that you need time for yourself, you need to take anyone that wants to take a step back from dating, nothing wrong with that. Just like how if you are active, nothing wrong with that too. However, this is Chantel we're talking about. We know she had all these diseases. Somebody said don't sex shame people. We're not doing that. If we have the conversation of Chantel, who has been very reckless, who doesn't care if she infects people and didn't take all her medicine, this is another kind of person entirely. This is not, you know what I'm saying? This isn't shaming people
sex shaming
that are dating.
Chantel would be saying,
no,
she's not married. She's having far too much sex. She's just doing it just all over the place. We're not saying that. We're saying the way she tries to date, the way she profiles the men to date, the way she behaves around her sexual health, the way that she talks about sexual health and manages her sexual health. These are the concerns. She can bonk all day, every night, have crazy monkey jungle sex. We don't care. But the fact that she's encouraging that kind of behavior and talking about it in a way that is detrimental to people who may not know about that kind of thing is where the danger lies. The behavior and the management of it is very, very different. We're not saying don't have sex ever. Just be careful and be smart and be informed. That is what we're saying.
Talking about.
Yeah.
And we're talking about in context of the panel. So if some people didn't see that panel, maybe they'll be a little lost. But Chantel, someone very reckless, is going to talk crap to somebody that's deciding maybe they want to focus on themselves. It's clearly because Chantel's projecting, because she has to run away from any self-improvement for her life. It is simple. It is very simple here. Chantel always does that. If you see her interacting with anybody who wants to turn a positive, even when you saw the way she interacted with Shannon, when Shannon wanted to get mental help, what did she do to Shannon? We got to keep in mind who we're dealing with here. This isn't talking about average people. This isn't talking crap about average people, how they live their life. This is talking about a person that was from the beginning on the offense, and to put somebody down and to throw in her face. Cruiser did some trolly videos adding Foodie Beauty. Molasses wanted to ask about that because, her involvement with Cruiser. And Foodie Beauty threw it in Molasses' face. There's your recap, because people are a little lost. There's the recap there. And Molasses, there's nothing wrong with asking what's going on. But Chantel had to throw it in your face. Then she also had to be like, well, he wants me anyway. So she talked crap about you asking the question. But then she had to come at you and reiterate, oh, he wants me, he wants me. The same thing Chantel always does.
Well, one of the things that I said to Cruiser, actually, and I did not come out publicly about that, I was like, if it's a bit, what about Foodie Beauty's feelings? And he said to me, she's a public figure. I can talk about her if I want to, you know, so therefore, obviously her feelings did not matter. As long as it was giving him content. Yeah. And I straight up, this is the very, very first time I have publicly said this.
I mean, I could tell it was a bit from the get-go. Anyone that is familiar with actual trolling, not like certain people that claim to be trolls that don't know how to troll, if you go to McHenry Cruiser's page, you see him in the flashy sequin outfits, adding different women, doing silly things. I already knew right off the get-go that this is kind of his little gig. But again, you had a more personal friendship with him, so it's not that crazy in my mind that you might want clarification. And I mean, if he wants to run his channel that way, that's his choice. But it's going to put in, sticky situations running a channel that way, right? So he shouldn't be that surprised if he gets in a pickle now and again.
But just keep in mind with Chantal, it doesn't matter if she's interested in the man or not. She just wants all of them to want her. It doesn't have to be reciprocal. It is, as long if there are two women standing in a room and she is repulsed by that man, as long as he prefers her over the other woman, she is happy.
Yes.
I would
because
agree
she
with
thinks
that.
that's a power. She thinks that's being powerful as a woman. Being sexually desirable is the only requisite that a woman needs to be considered valuable. She doesn't need to be intelligent. She doesn't need to be mentally stable. She doesn't need to be responsible. She doesn't need to be a good friend. She doesn't need to be a good sibling, daughter. None of that matters. As long as you are sexually desirable, then you have value. That is Chantal's ethos. And if that sounds mean, I don't care. That's how I see Foodie.
I would totally agree with that. I would totally agree.
I agree.
Yeah, and I do care about Cruiser. He has been an awesome friend to me, and me coming out and saying these things, the way I look at it is this is a new way for me to set my boundaries. And one thing I learned in a support group is setting boundaries helps other people grow. And I can set my boundaries and he can either grow from that or not. And I can't, and a lot of people have said this to me in the last several days. Some really close friends of mine on YouTube have said, maybe you've grown beyond him, because you've changed so much in my own personal life by going back to work. And I think in a lot of ways, he is holding me back. He's holding me back to bringing old things in my past, trying to undermine work that I've done to help myself. And I've actually got some people on my own panel right now, but like Anderson Henderson, I don't know if you know him. He had come out to say, here's somebody that's playing the victim card, McHenry Cruiser, when he's actually been abusive. And, and I had come out and said, yeah, I felt like maybe he'd been verbally, emotionally, abusive. That would he have the potential to be physically abusive? I don't know. He's never been physically abusive to me, so I can't say for sure. But I do think there was a fair amount of mental and emotional abuse going on. I think the thing, like he's trying to turn around about the 20 pounds, he came out and said the 20 pounds specifically. He's, I'm not going to show receipts on that because I'm done showing receipts, because that's something that he said. I'm just not going to go show receipts anymore. I do care about him as a friend. It might not seem that way, but I just, I expect better behavior from him. I know he's working on himself, his own mental health. And I think this is a regression for him. And I hope he gets help. And I say these things to set boundaries and help him grow, All
right. Molasses, are you going to explain the situation from start to finish? Yeah, on your panel somewhere else?
Which situation?
Between you and McHenry Cruiser.
I kind of have. I did yesterday. There's a channel, Two Girls in One Chat. Please check out Two Girls in One Chat because I did. Yeah.
He said he went up on there, so you went on there as well?
Yes, I did a very extensive interview with them.
I can link the stream from last night in private because they did ask her questions and go over it if you do not mind.
Okay, I think
Not
because
saying you'll
this
have
is
to post, but yeah.
this is confusing people because what Molasses you've done, you just come on somebody else's panels, just started randomly talking about
Yeah.
something that nobody has no idea about.
Yeah. No, definitely check out Two Girls, One Chat.
Yeah,
All right
no,
then.
just
All right. We're gonna move on from this. I'll put the links
Yeah,
up for
thank
that. So
you.
thank you for your time, Molasses. Have a good
Thank
one.
you so much. New sub here.
All right. So what else is there to talk about? Foodie Beauty still loving Nader El Shami. We could talk about that as well.
I
Oh,
know. I'm stunned, guys. That came out of left field, out of the blue. Had no idea.
Yeah, but don't you think that just shows I think they're talking behind the scenes. I think Nader, and she wants to tell us so bad, but she can't, because if Dee Dee finds out, you know, I think Nader said, I don't want Dee Dee to know. I don't think Dee Dee knows, but I think they're talking. I really do.
I think they've been talking as well. And it is
okay. I'm
doing it
sorry,
super
not to interrupt.
quiet.
I am gonna get going. Thank you for having me. I don't
Bye
want to
bye,
interrupt y'all,
YTR.
but
Yeah.
thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Have a good one. See
Bye.
ya.
Yeah.
Oh, I
All
think
right.
they so she contacted Dee Dee a few days ago.
Tried to, text her, I think, right?
So why is she trying to contact Dee Dee? Do you think she couldn't get a hold of him at that moment, or?
I think they had a fight and he's blocked her again, like the little children that they are. He's mad at me, so he's blocked me.
So yeah, I do think it's a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I was getting at. I think it's on and off again, but it's never completely off. And they're going to continue to talk. And he's keeping her on the line in case he gets sick of Dee Dee, or in case Dee Dee gets sick of him and kicks him out.
Yeah.
I think
I
she's scrambling to find a place for Pete's because she feels like if she moves to Montreal and she lives by herself there, oh, guess who will probably come stay with her, at least for a while. That's just my feeling on the thing. So
and I
Yeah.
don't watch them, but I watch like clips on reaction channels, and Dee Dee was never a happy person to begin with, but she is like angry and mean. Like you can see she is like she's pissed off. She's miserable.
It's all that foodie forces her to eat. I'd be mad if I was made to eat beige slop every day.
Yeah, that's
I
part of it.
yeah, and also I feel like him living there has a lot to do with it too.
She's probably sleep deprived as well, because he's a bit of a night owl and noisy, and the walking on eggshells. We all know that he's not a calm, soothing, like stable person. Like she'd be on eggshells all the time. I remember watching something the other day. I don't even watch them, but it must have been a clip on somebody else's channel. He moved and turned around and just went to walk past her, and she actually physically flinched, like startled. And I'm like, the dude was just turning a different direction. So she must be hyper vigilant just all the time. It must be very hard for her. I mean, I don't like her, but I have sympathy for her situation, for her plight. Being with somebody who with that temperament and that behavior that we all know exists. That's where my sympathy lies. Nobody should have to live in those conditions like that. No one.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. But and Chantel hasn't had a DD rant in for a little while. She hasn't gone off. So, has she run out of steam, or what do you think? Why do you think she's sort of laid off DD so far for the last couple of however long?
I think because she was taking her meds for a while.
Yeah,
She
but they're
mentioned
not long
that.
enough yet to take effect.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but she has not laid off Dee Dee. Just the other night she did a rant because I did a video on it. No. Oh yeah, she's still like she was saying, "I'm gonna take your man. You're this." She called
Oh
her.
Oh,
What did
that's
she
yeah.
call
what
her?
she did. She did
Who
say
said
if I
Andy
wanted
Warhol?
to.
She called her Andy Warhol. No, she hasn't
Yeah,
stopped on TV.
that's
No,
right.
no,
You're
no.
right. Yeah, yeah, she's right. And
In
shut up,
fact, all
Chantal.
she did was
The
talk
Andy
about
Warhol.
Nader or Didi the other night, didn't she? For like 3
Yeah,
hours.
that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's all she's been talking about. She did she talk, I mean, last night she kind of just got high, right? She didn't really say anything, just her title.
Mm.
All the rants are just starting to form one big rant at this stage. Like, it's hard to tell one day from another because it all just seems the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell by the head wraps. That's how you can tell. She changes the head wraps. Yeah, it's the
Sometimes.
same shirt, different head wrap.
Not the same shirt always. A lot of times she's wearing the same shirt.
Yeah, no. I wonder how she chooses her head wraps. Do you think it's just whatever's on the floor and is nearby, or she thinks, no, this would look dandy with this little outfit. This looks like coordinated.
Mostly whatever's on the floor and nearby and clean.
Okay.
Or cleaner, not clean, because
The
clean is
cleanest.
the cleanest of the bunch. The
Yeah.
least smelliest, yes.
I'm literally waiting for the day where she just rips it off her head and uses it like a napkin. I'm waiting for the day.
Oh, you just gave her an idea.
I think she has before.
Oh, she'll use it. Yeah, she'll use. She has done that.
I think in the car. I think she's done it in the car, right?
Yeah,
Like if she,
she has.
Takarama. It's
All right,
nasty.
we got Andrea. Hi there, Andrea.
Hi.
Hi, Andrea.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All right.
It's going all right. So, do you guys think that Chantal ever? I personally, I think every time she goes to Montreal, she's going to see Nader in some fashion. She talks about what is his name, Mr. Coffee and Tony and all these other guys, but to me, it's the same old reproduction of the failed hotel trap bees. And the only reason why she's thinking about moving now is because she feels like she has a shot with Nader. Nader's caveat of him moving in with her is that he will not live with Pete. That's I mean, to me, it's just blatantly obvious that that's all it is.
I agree, and I have this theory, and it's a theory, my own opinion. When she goes to Montreal, I think she has kind of become Nader's drug supplier, because if you notice, when she goes to Montreal, he'll go on, but then the next day you don't see him, because I think he's tweaking. He's probably, you know what I mean, or he's coming off of it. So I think she's using that as her way to stay in contact with him. That's my opinion.
I agree that there is some purpose to her going to Montreal. I definitely think it's because of him. She's fabricating all of these men, and she may even, meet a rando just to, try to produce quote unquote evidence that she's seeing somebody else, like the red Tony picture or whatever. But she's, when she makes these statements, and I can't watch her. Like, I tune in for Monty and the chat, but I was watching this one particular clip. I think it was on, I can't remember whose channel it was on. Maybe it was yours, Perfectly Imperfect. But she made this whole production of saying how she was meeting all these different people, and how and we had the random Instagram guy, but that guy was not with it. But she made this whole production about saying how she's meeting all of these different people, and she's dating all of these different people, and how she's moved on and all of this stuff. And I knew right then that it was a lie. That's the first rule of the foodie verse, is that Chantal is a lying liar who lies. And when she made this grand production of saying how fulfilled she was dating all of these different people, I just knew it. I was like, she's not dating anybody. She is going to Montreal for Nader in some fashion.
Yeah, because
sad.
Remember when she got the hotel in Montreal? And
yes.
we found out, who did she see? She saw Tony.
You know what's
and then
really
the
sad
next
about
day is
it?
when she contacted Nader and wanted to bring him the drugs. And I think Tony is like her supplier. She sees him and then she goes and visits Nader to drop off.
Yeah, I think Tony is a real person, but I don't think he at all values her. Well, I mean, we saw the guy sitting on the
Tony and
couch eating the food, right?
Motorman are real, I believe.
Well,
I
we
believe
saw
Moto is
the
real.
Moto guy, right? We saw the Moto guy, but he is. These guys are not dating her.
No, I think they're her supply. I do. Her supply, and then she, like Perfectly Imperfect says, if she has the party favors, it's more of a like a bribe to, oh, let me see you. I have some favors, you know?
I agree. It's some kind of transactional situation with these guys. And even the guy that came and sat on her couch and was like, the food's getting cold, let's eat. You know, he was really nice and polite about it. I believe that was firmly a transaction situation as well. And so it was all, I feel like it was just a production. It was production. It was staged. Just the same way she streamed the condoms all over the floor in her bedroom to prove to everybody that she was having sex, like some weird teenager flex. You know, she is, I mean, and you guys have said it already. You know, she places so much value on people knowing and believing that she is sexually desirable. But we all called it with Nader. I mean, every time the internet audience has said, like, you're paying this dude, we were right. We were right about Nader, and we didn't know how right we were, but it came out, didn't it? So, you know, I'm not convinced that she's right, like she uses condoms. I'm 100%. I'm not convinced that she ever stopped.
How weird was the Italian restaurant thing, though?
I believe that Didi is the only reason.
I didn't understand what was going on. Why was she there alone? Like, it's okay to go to dinner by yourself. That's totally cool. Fine, go ahead. But the whole explanation behind it just seemed really weird.
She was supposed to meet Coffee there.
Well, this guy, okay, so is this the same? Is this the original Mr. Coffee? Or
Yeah,
is this a new guy?
yeah, but Mr. Coffee, she's failed to, like, she forgets what she says about him because she's already given him two different professions.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
There's been other
First he had a
inconsistencies.
car. First he had a BMW. Now he's taking a bus. Like, what's going on?
Oh, and now this is the first time she knew that he had a car because he'd never mentioned it before.
She said he had a car.
She has, and he's also had.
She didn't know.
He's also
She's a
had
liar.
Yeah. He's also had three different. He's also had 3 different languages. He's spoken Arabic, he's spoken English, and he's spoken French. So yeah, it's all over the place. She can't keep it straight.
So you know, she had this thing about how he doesn't want to be seen in public with her or whatever. And I feel like that was just fabricated drama to explain why she didn't have any pictures. Just to pretend.
That sounds.
She actually.
Yeah, that wouldn't have stopped her anyway. She would have taken a snap.
Financial ruin. If he's going to risk any kind of calamity at home, it's not going to be for a person like her. It's going to be for someone that's what we call a 10, somebody younger, somebody not disgusting, somebody that doesn't carry Vagisil in their purse, somebody that changes their clothes and their wigs. It's not going to be for somebody like Chantel. It's just not believable. It's not.
Yeah,
that's just me.
And it's not fat shaming. If she, she's going to be like, you don't think a big woman can, that's not it, Chantal.
She doesn't want a big dude, so she can't say anything.
But it's her. Like, there are big women that can get men, but it's her. She's too obsessed with Nader.
It is her.
Yes, it's her. So everything she's saying, we're not believing it. Not because you're fat. It's for other reasons. It's because of what you're telling us and what you're showing us. And we've been watching you long enough. You are obsessed with Nader. And you want him for whatever reason, And
I'm sorry, anybody watching her eat that marshmallow fluff, okay? She ate that marshmallow fluff. That wasn't my issue. My issue was when she took the back of her hand and wiped her mouth with it after she touched every other part of her body. And I'm like, this is why people, this is why people think you're disgusting. Like, it's this behavior. This is not cute. and she looks at the screen and she laughs, and people are engaging with her. But in real life, it's like men. I'm just going off of human observing human behavior. If a man is going to risk it, I mean, he's going to be discreet, and he's going to require that the other person also have discretion. But it's going to be with a person, unless his fetish is grossness and unhygienic, play.
Yeah.
I think there's a fetish out there for that. But I don't. Yeah, brushing her hair with a fork and then eating it for dinner, just being a whole spectacle. I mean, she does all this stuff for these feeders, and she's disgusting for these feeders that want to watch her. She's been doing that. But then she turns around and says, like, I'm a person of value. You put the value on yourself when you show that you're willing to do that. You put the value on yourself when you kiss Nader's feet, when he humiliated you using your underwear as a slingshot, and you went crawling back with coffee and weed. I mean, you put the value on yourself, period.
She picked his teeth.
She picked his teeth.
I can't hear that. That makes me want to throw up. That
Not only did she pick,
is like no.
And then she won't brush her cats. I'm so
not only
confused.
did she pick his teeth, she picked a cavity.
No, sorry, I can't.
No.
She doesn't
So
even
you know
brush
what?
her
In my
own
thoughts, all of this, all of this stuff with these, meetup guys, the people that in her chat that are encouraging her to eat chocolate bars and fluff, like she can't have a medical event at any moment. It's really crazy to me how she fights for those people. I'm like, you're like a raccoon fighting for garbage, girl. Like, come on. But I don't feel bad for her, because she has shown her xenophobia. She's shown her racism. She's shown her transphobia. I will never get over her making fun of those school shooting victims and the 9/11 victims. I will never let that go. And then she wants to support this man who we all have witnessed him telling a child, do you want to see nudes of your mom? No. So she can pretend to say she's a victim and cry that she's a victim all she wants to. She can do that till the cows come home. But one thing that we know is that she's a liar. She's still seeing Nader. She never stopped seeing Nader and never cut off communication with him. He cut off communication with her. I believe that, to punish her. But she is crawling back to him in some fashion.
I find it very hard to believe that she's still in love with him after he saw those Sam's Bar Lounge videos.
I think I don't think, when she sat there and said, well, they're just uneducated. They don't know how hard it is. It's like, you're not the only person who's had life experiences, Chantel, and you have zero education. Like you can't, when she sat there and said that in that baby voice, like, people that say that are just uneducated because she's watched a few videos on YouTube. She feels like she's educated about narcissistic abuse. She
didn't even know what it was until we told her.
Until the chat told her, like, what is that? She was like, what does that mean? What does it mean to be? Yeah. Now we're the uneducated ones, really. People that are degreed and studied, and people that have had life experiences dealing with this, and people that actually see their doctors and their therapists. We're the uneducated ones. Got it. Like,
but
you don't.
No, you go.
No, it's really a sad circle, and we've been in, I don't know what phase of the cycle this is. Somebody's gonna have to do an update, because she's spiraling, and I don't know how her body's gonna keep up with it. I think she's very close to having a medical event, just because the filters are breaking. The filters are not able to keep up with, because she said she was losing weight for a minute there. Did anybody believe that? Like, when she was doing those fake weigh-ins, anybody believe that?
No, because you said it. She's a lying liar. No, I don't believe anything she says.
So, I mean, yeah, she clearly, like, to me, when my room gets a hot mess, I can tell when the depression is, like, trying to break through. But the first thing I do is I clean up, because that instantly helps. Or I'll do exercise, because that instantly helps. Having a clean space and doing some exercise, even if it's just walking on the treadmill or walking around the block, instantly helps. And then you can cope. But she chooses to live in filth. Her animals do not deserve that.
No, they
So
don't.
it's really, I mean, she's still seeing Nader, and I think this is all a result of her not having what she wants, which is to be with him, because she was never afraid of him. She was never afraid of him.
I think it's because of Dee. She is so she cannot believe he left her for Dee.
She can't believe it.
She can't
She
believe it.
cannot
And
believe it.
all of this is because she is so angry about that.
Yes.
She is hell bent to get him back so she can say, see, he never loved her. He loves me. This is a
She
game for
said
her.
it.
Yeah, she said it.
The only reason he's there, is because he couldn't be with me because I didn't get the apartments. And what is she trying to do? She's trying to get apartments again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the other night, she said, somebody said, well, he's with Dee. And she said, well, I don't see it that way.
Exactly.
Oh, you
No,
are
she
crazy.
said
Yeah,
in
she
a
said it.
heartbeat, if I wanted him back, I could steal him back. And I'm like, bitch, you can't even talk to him. She
She's
won't even
trying.
talk to you. How are you
trying.
going to steal him back?
She's trying
Like,
everything to take him back. And this whole victim shaming is her cover. So when this is her cover to go back to him, because she knows everything that's out there about him, the videos, he's uncovered now. We all know who he is. And so she's using this victim mentality as a cover to excuse her going back to him, because God forbid she just get on and say, you know what? I know I'm a shit person. I don't care. I'm going to get him back. Just say it, Chantal. Just say it. We all know it. Stop using other victims to deflect or as an excuse for your vile behavior. Stop it.
And I have issue with that in a very big way, because I know that there are a lot of different age groups and everything that watch her. And
She
for
can't
her
call
to
herself
say,
a victim
oh,
yet.
yeah, victims go back. Victims go back. Do you know how many times victims go back? Yeah, there are also victims that leave on the first time, second time, third time, fourth time. There are people who leave. That is what she should be encouraging. Leaving. Don't hang around. Don't go back. But she's leaning into statistics as an excuse for the pain. It's too much to suffer. It's too hard. Instead of saying, if he's wrong and he is bad and he is abusing you, get out.
Yeah,
Get
and
away. Don't
victims
be like me. Don't be like me. But instead she says, oh, I'm just the average, ordinary, everyday victim. This is what we do. No, it's
No,
not.
victims go back because one, they have children, two,
Yep.
they are financially dependent, or three, their abuser won't leave them alone and is love bombing them and is harassing them and coming to them, and you know what I mean?
And
He's
cajoling
not
them
doing
to
that to
come
her.
back.
They have no
Begging
children.
them.
Yeah, and
Preying
she
on
doesn't
them.
need him for money.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the
Yeah.
difference between her and a real
Because
victim.
we are not victim shaming anybody.
Mm.
We know
Chantal was never a
we know
victim.
people go back. And that's not victim shaming. Chantel, you are begging and pleading to be with this man. That is not
Yes,
victim.
that is not victimhood. Somebody that's a victim would be rejoicing that that person got the hell away from them. She is up on her platform screaming at the top of her lungs. The only reason why he's with her is because he can't be with me. No, that's not a victim. You're not a victim. The only reason why you went to the courthouse was because you heard that he was going to the courthouse. That's the
And
only reason.
wouldn't a victim want to be as far away and as from them as possible?
She
And
drives
not in
to
the
him.
same town.
She
And
burns
not
the gas.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to be as far, like you'd feel comfort in the safety that you don't live in the same town as your perpetrator, who also doesn't have their own vehicle to get to you. They have to take some other means to get to you. Isn't there a sort of like a buffer zone, being so separated from somebody who had victimized you? A
And
victim
remember
does
when
not
she looked.
transport themselves to be
Sorry.
closer to where they are. They don't do that. I'm sorry,
And
they don't.
they don't. And remember when she looked into the camera and that person asked her, what would you do if he left you and everything that you gave him? And she looked into the camera, she leaned in real close and she was like, I think about that all the time. I'm smarter than you think. So she can't even claim that she was mentally, when she says they drove me crazy, she can't even claim they drove her crazy, because she was plotting and had a plan in place in the event that he decided to leave her. She was always all in with him. She was never going to allow him to leave her. And she is pissed, fighting fire mad that he moved to Montreal with this other woman. And that's all this is.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't forget when she was wrapped in that sheet, she was smoking or whatever. And she said, I think about that. I have a plan. Remember that? So she can't even say that she was ever going to let him out of the situation, because that's her level of toxicity. So all that is her trying to enact this plan because she doesn't want to lose. She's not a victim. She is somebody that just wants to use whatever banner she can to stop people from criticizing her because she can't take it. So that's all it is to me. That's what I've been seeing. It's just and she's never going to admit to it. She's just going to say that we're fat shaming her, we're victim shaming her. And it's just, we're just to me, we're calling it like we see it, because
absolutely, yeah,
she was never afraid of this dude. Never.
On a different track, I'm just speaking for myself, but if my best friend in the whole wide world was a trans person, was changing genders, moving into their correct gender, I should say, I would be up and down that, all the way up the yin yang. I would be talking to doctors. I would be researching. I would be trying to find out as much information so I could be doing what I could. She never talks about it. She took him to the parade. They were there for an hour. Like, she could not be less interested in his journey whatsoever. That's the feeling that I get. She's like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's not.
She'll use it for content.
Yeah, that's her best friend. Wouldn't you be talking about it or more involved with that? And especially trying to get him on the right track so he can transition easier with his mental health, because the mental health side of it is the imperative part. He's not going to be able to make any strides unless he's getting help with that at all, in any way, for whether he wants to go for surgery or if he wants to start living as a woman. Like, he needs to gather himself up to find out how he wants to do this, because there's not one way to do it when you're transitioning. There are levels to it. There's a spectrum. There is no, I want to be a complete woman physically, anatomically, or I just want to live comfortably in female clothing identifying as a female. Like, how does he even figure out how he wants to be as a trans woman or a woman? Like, how does he want to live? These are the questions she should be asking him. Exactly, she doesn't, and that's her best friend. According to her, that's her best friend. I just.
Rose Thorne is in the chat. Oh. Hey, Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Hi.
What are your thoughts, darling? Tell us the wise ways.
Well, she called it. Like, Rose said, like, the whole thing with Nader and Dee, like, they really, and I think this also bothers Chantal, that they actually have, like, a relationship, whatever that, I don't like it. I don't watch them, but Rose called it. Like, Nader and Dee have something that he didn't have with Chantal, and Chantal admitted that it made her jealous that Nader and Dee don't seem to have the drama that Chantal and Nader had, because they were running around gas stations and stuff apparently. But I see why Nader left Chantal for Dee. I can see it.
Yeah,
it's gonna make her mad, but it's pretty obvious. Hobos need somebody. They need somebody stable. Chantal is not that. Rose, are you gonna come on the panel?
She said she can't speak, so
okay.
Unfortunately not. But yeah, there's a lot to this. I guess she's not on yet for today, so I guess we'll wait until what she has to say, if she has to say anything at all. It's just another day in the foodieverse.
Exactly.
Yeah. She's just, yeah. Wouldn't it be wonderful if just one day we turned on the YouTubes, we're flipping through, and she's actually gone and checked herself into inpatient, and she got treatment, and 6 months later she comes back and I'm sorry guys, wouldn't that be beautiful? I'm
It would
doing
be.
well, I'm thriving, I've gotten help, I'm on track, I can see the error of my ways, I'm really trying to improve. Wouldn't that be a beautiful moment to be like, even when you go this far down, there is still a way to come back, you know? And I think that's what her chat holds on to. There is that slight sliver of hope for those who want to see her succeed and be happy and thrive. And then there's the other side of her chat that are like just wanting to push her off the ledge to just, get her
Well, the
to just
people that
wallow,
it
She's
seems
got
like the
two
people
sides of
that
it.
oh sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're right.
I'm sorry. I thought you were done, and then and then the sound came back in. I was like, "Oh, she's still going." Sorry.
No. That's okay. I'm done now.
I'm sorry if I interrupted what you were
No,
saying and
you're
people
right,
couldn't
darling.
hear
It's okay.
you.
No,
You
that's all
know,
right.
all I was gonna say was it just seems like the people that were trying to give her real encouragement and real advice, she gets so huffy and puffy about it, and then says, "Oh, I can't live my life for everybody. Oh, I can't do what you want me to do, and I mean, I was like, girl, these people are trying to help you. You're not doing anything for them. They're trying to tell you how you can live a better life. So I don't understand where she comes off with that. Like the people in her chat that were telling her, um, when she was talking that nonsense about loving Nader, they were basically telling her, like, girl, he does not love you, he does not care about you. This is what I think you should do. She got so offended by that. Like, I can't live my life for you. I can't make you happy. And they were like, excuse me, what? I'm not trying to, it was just really sad that she actually took that childish moment. I can't do what you want me to do. I'm not going to be perfect. And I was just, it was like, really, this is a person that wants to sit in garbage. That's what I think. Is Rose up here yet?
Yeah.
Is Rose up here? She's up here.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, ladies.
Hi,
Hello,
Rose.
Hi,
everybody.
Rose.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
So I would like to add something to what you just said a few minutes ago, Andrea, and I typed this in the chat. You were mentioning the live stream that Foodie did, where she was in her room with the sheet wrapped around her, and she was talking to the audience, and somebody was asking her, do you ever think about Nader leaving you for another sugar mama? And she said, well, I think about that all the time. And then she said, I have a plan. I'm not as stupid as you guys think.
Yup.
Trust, something about an Aries. When she said that, I knew exactly where her mind was, where it was going to go. That if Nader ever tried to leave her, she was going to use his criminal past against him. And we all saw what happened with her going to the cops. She is manipulative. She is evil. She is that kind of person. If she's not going to get her way, she's going to be vengeful and wrathful and do whatever it is she can do to get back at you, including using the legal system. I knew exactly what she was going to do. I'm like, oh, look at you. You're going to make sure you hang on to your man. I knew it.
And she did it.
When kids throw a tantrum, you've got different levels. Like they kick, they scream, they cry, they lay on the floor. And then when they see that they're not getting anywhere with you, they amp it up. They start to pretend to throw up, and then they actually throw up, and they make themselves all hot and sweaty and teary. That is Chantal. She just amps it up, amps it up, amps it up until she gets her way. So her final straw was going to the cops, and then she's like, shit, I've actually gone to the cops. He might actually get charged. He might actually go to jail. So now I have to drop these charges. Whether there was any validity to those charges or not, we won't know, because she's lied too much for us to actually find any truth in anything she says. But the reality is that she put these charges on and then drew them back, and that says a lot about her character, I think. Whether she lied and she took them back, or she told the truth and took them back, there's either one is not great.
What also says about her character is that she, waited to press the charges when she was in a position to where they were going to do something to her and she wanted to get back.
When she lost control is when she pressed the charges. That's the only reason why she did that. And that she was also abusing him. She was trying to abuse him financially. She was trying to use his criminal past, his minority status, all of that. She was just abusing him in a different way. They're both pieces of abusing crap.
Both of
Yeah.
them together, they're both abusive, horrible. And I just want to point out, if you've been abused by somebody, yes, they've abused you. But if you're a piece of shit before they abuse you, you're still a piece of shit after they've abused you. It just means you're an abused piece of shit. Like, it doesn't take away what they've done to you, but it doesn't make your character reformed because you're a victim of abuse.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I've said that before, and she doesn't seem to glimmer that. It's like, he hurt me. Yes, we know, but you're still garbage.
And
You're still garbage.
I'm not saying that he hasn't done nothing to her, but what I am saying is a victim is somebody who can't get away, who has trouble leaving. She's not in that position. So she can't say she's a victim when you can't have it both ways. You can't beg a guy that's hurt you to keep coming with you and bribing him with money and things of that nature. You can't have it both ways. Either you're a victim and you're staying away or you're not.
Can I say something about the alleged abuse? And this really irks the crap out of me. So Foodie claims that she's dealt with abuse, SA and DV. I'm someone that I've dealt with DV and SA. And watching Foodie all these months talk about this abuse, a lot of things bother me. One of the biggest things that bother me, my opinion, I don't think she suffered any abuse. I think that she's used SA and DV as talking points on her channel to get sympathy and also to make money on her channel. She has monetized those two subjects. And she wants to wear abuse like a badge, like, oh, look, I'm a survivor. Foodie, you haven't survived anything. Those that have actually been through it, we wish it never happened. Watching Foodie, so many things don't make sense to me. She says that she was a victim of SA, and then after it happened, she's running around half naked on camera. No problem. She claims that she's been through DV, and yet she can come on camera and talk about it with complete strangers for hours with no problem, which is something that if you've been through the abuse, you simply can't do. Because if you even mention that person's name or you think about it, it gets you upset. Just talking about it with one person is traumatic. It hurts. Also, Foodie, another thing for you. Those that have been through abuse, we don't run around taunting our abusers and running back and forth to them and buying them care packages and recently buying them groceries. So you're claiming this person abused you? You're claiming that. You are so desperate to be a victim of SA and DV. Those of us that have been through it wish it never happened. Wish it never happened. So, ma'am, you're not a victim if you continue to be around someone that you claim you're having all these bad experiences when you keep going back. A victim is something happens out of happenstance. But if you keep going back, you're no longer a victim because you keep making the choice.
Yeah, and again,
Well said. Everything well said.
Somebody who can't leave financially, who maybe has children and is having trouble leaving. There's different types. She is not stuck in that position. She's financially secure. She has her own place. And she's actually bribing this man with money and rugs to come see her. So that's not a victim.
And it needs to be said that, because I'm going back and watching videos from the beginning, these red flags were there at the very beginning. And I know that most cases with abuse, the abuser starts out extremely loving, extremely kind. That's how he gets his victim to, fall into it. Whereas with Nader's case, that's not I mean, from the first time she met him, she was like, yeah, there's red flags. She
Yep.
admits it. She saw it. So yeah, there's that too. Look, he's an asshole. We all see it. He's not a good person. But Rose, I agree
But
with
she
you.
was fine getting treated like crap.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah.
Period.
She kept
Period.
doing it. Yeah, from the beginning. And you want to call yourself a victim. I'm telling you, go look at real victim stories. They will tell you in the beginning that man is, or that woman is, so good to them.
Yes.
So kind, almost they love bomb. They're very attentive. They bring flowers, and then it's like after they get that control of you, that's when they turn. And with Nader, it was from the beginning. I mean, he had another woman in his kitchen, for crying out loud. When she went and met him, there was another woman there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she still kissed those feet. She still kissed those toes and picked
And
those
he
teeth.
also told her
So
from
no.
puberty, she knew that he was out there sleeping around. She told us about it in a live chat. I remember talking about he was something about swingers and just different stuff she brought up. So she knew that he was out there too. She says she didn't, and that, that's like when she said that she got the sexually transmitted STI. She said that she was, I lost my train of thought. Basically, she was saying, well, I didn't know because it was just me and him.
It wasn't. They were having group sex from the start. The day that the guy threw
You
the money at her boobs.
knew how he was. You knew that he
Yeah.
was with multiple partners. He was even with the woman on the step. Remember her?
Yes.
A lot of them.
She said that she liked it better with him when it was just them. He got her into they were doing group stuff, but well before Dee showed up. Period. So she said that. She said that on her channel. So I mean, she likes to rewrite history, and we know this. She's a liar, but I gotta go, guys.
Take care, Andrea.
Okay,
I think we might
I'll
wrap this
be
up as
listening.
well. Yeah, for sure. Andrea, take care. Thank you for being on panel.
I think I'm too. I got dinner.
Mhm.
I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Skin Queen. Have a good one.
Bye.
Take care. All right. I think we've talked about everything so far. If something else changes for today when she comes on, I think we'll talk about that again, unless somebody has anything else to say.
No, I'm all good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Thanks for hanging out today, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Doa Cookie. If you don't know, Doa Cookie responded to Foodie Beauty in a video. So if you want to check that out on her channel, then check that out, because it seems she loves to go at the panel. She likes to talk on the panel on a very consistent basis these days. So
Yeah.
everybody.
I'm just sick of her saying stuff about Sarah. It just bugs me. About when she talks about me, it's like, whatever. I know she's stupid, but I hate that she goes after Sarah like that. It just bugs me.
It does. And it's constant.
Awful.
It is
stupid.
Yeah, it's all the time. All the time.
Sarah's always been lovely. That is one thing I wanted to say before. The reason that Sarah impresses me is that when she came onto the panel with us, and she's like, "Oh, I'm from Chantal's chat," and she introduced herself, she got some very probing questions, and she got some questions probably that might have piqued a more aggressive or person that wasn't herself. She was very cool. She was very calm. She kept her head. She was very classy. She never said anything disparaging about Chantal at all. And had she wanted to, she could have for sure. But she never did. And then Chantal's gone off on her ever since. And Skinny's never said anything on that panel that would have been upsetting. And I thought that just shows the quality of Sarah's character. And I thought that was quite impressive. But no, Chantal just saw it as a betrayal. And I just want to say, I think Skinny held herself really nicely that day. And that's why I think, no, I want to follow someone like that because she's got good character.
Well said. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm going to hop off now. My cat's come to say hi.
Okay,
so
bye.
I might go hang out with him for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Rose Thorn. Perfect and
right.
perfect. Dwight Cookie, Molasses was here, Andrea, and Skinny Queen. Thank you so much, everybody. Smash that like button. Don't forget to check out the channels of these lovely people that come up quite often. And I am out for today, and I will see everybody later today. I just got to do some stuff. So thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.